You may be like me in the fact that you've walked past the knife rack at Walmart 1,000 times and wondered if the Ozark Trail 11-inch fixed blade knife was worth a count. Well, I figured for 20 bucks, it was worth finding out. Stick around. You know, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship for Walmart. I don't like going in there, but at the same time, I do, because Walmart does have a lot of gear to look at. And I find a lot of what I need in there sometimes. So after walking past this knife for the last time, I figured it was time to give it a shot. Maybe you've seen this knife right here. I think it's a beautiful looking budget blade. And I do like how the specs are just listed plain right on the box. You got a black oxide coated blade, 7CR17 MOV high carbon steel, which is very durable, very corrosion resistant, but loses its edge really quick. Thankfully, you can put an edge right back on it pretty quick as well. And a pack of wood handle. It's a manufactured type of wood, but it's very tough. You got a 6.5-inch blade on this knife and a 4.5-inch handle. Something that I do find a little unnerving about trying to get knife specifications is that so many of these companies are not listing the blade thickness and they're not listing the item weight. With that said, I would say that this knife is at least 4 millimeters thick, and I would give it an estimated weight of about 8 ounces. Not too light, not too heavy. Now let's get this out of the package now that you've seen what it looks like. And one of the reasons why I wanted to show you the packaging is because when you walk past this on the rack, you don't see the box. But let's go ahead and take this out. Always be careful when you're unboxing a knife. Sometimes your hand can slip and catch the end of the blade. So we've got us a full tang knife here that feels really good in the hand. I want to let you see it from all angles here. It's nice and pretty. 20 bucks. And I think it comes with a nice sheath here. I'll let you get a look at that. Now I want to show you how this works. It just slides right in. It's got like this plastic slot right in the middle, and you just go right in. Now it's not going to lock in. The way you're going to lock this in is, you know, through the use of this button. Once this button is pulled back here, it can just fly right out. So the only way to secure this is to make sure that it's buttoned up. So my arm could use a little shaving. Let's see what this thing's got. Looks like it's doing a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's shaving. I had one of my subscribers say to me one time, dude, I'm surprised you got any hair left on your arms. Me too, my friend. But you know, this mess grows back real quick. Sometimes I think it grows back in between knife reviews. Now, if it'll shave, it'll cut paper. So let's talk about really how much money you should spend on a knife. And I know I do a lot of knife reviews, and I really try not to sound like a broken record on certain things, but you know, somebody might watch this video that hasn't watched my other videos, and I will just say it really depends. You know, my main thing is this: if you're gonna buy something, use it. Now I know a lot of people like to buy stuff just to let it sit around because they collect. I'm really not of that mindset. I don't like to have a lot of valuable stuff sitting around that's not working for me. So the question is, how much are you going to be out in the field? How much are you really going to be using this? Are you going to be skinning all the time with it? Are you going to be batoning all the time with it? Are you going to be just doing everything with this knife like some people do? Some people are out in the field a lot and they use a knife all the time. I think spending a little bit more on a knife is necessary in that situation. Now, are you just going to use something like this every now and then? Are you going to take it on the occasional camping trip, or you're going to wear it on your side around the house for odd jobs? Man, a blade like this will get that job done. It just really depends on how much you're going to use your blade and how much you're going to be beating it up. That's not to say that this can't take an absolute beating, because a lot of these budget blades simply can't. One of the biggest blessings that comes with a budget knife is you're not afraid to use it. You're not afraid to get out and beat it up. You're not afraid to get out and play with it. I like to throw my knives. I throw every single knife that I get. It's just something I do. I'm an avid knife thrower. I'm looking forward to throwing this one in just a little bit. You know, there's a lot of things you can do. Like a guy like myself, not wanting to destroy this handle necessarily, We'll wrap it in hockey tape. You know, next thing you know, I've got this throwing knife that I can use. That's just me, and that's how I operate. Now, this knife is not going to hold its edge, but from what I gather, even a novice can sharpen this again pretty quick. If you want to get out here and baton, you can get a good handle, you know, with a blade like this. Saw right through this thing here. Oh, my batoning stick's a little dead. Went ahead and just had a nice little diagonal cut here. I just went ahead and just tore the rest of it off. See if we can carve those up some curls. Just to do a little something here. Oh yeah, getting down into it. Going to work nice and fine. You know, you ain't gonna keep this edge on here. You're gonna have to keep sharpening it. But you know, right out of the box, it's getting it done. A lot of little fire starter curls here. If I wanted to get something going. So yeah, very nice. Yeah, a big old knife like this just helps you get on top of your work. It gives you a lot of leverage. It's like my dad used to say. He'd always tell me, boy, you need to get on top of your work. I'd be helping him with a task of some sort, and I'd be off in some weird angle trying to do something from the side. He's like, son, get on top of your work. Definitely rips out some good sparks with this right here. Now, after some batoning, handle's a little loose, no big deal. You can tighten it up with a Phillips head. I'm really going to need to tighten this handle after a little bit of this. That thing stuck way in there. I was doing a mixture of my two favorite throws, hammer grip no spin and military half spin. I've done tutorials on those recently as well on my channel. It does decent in all other tasks, and it's definitely a good throwing knife. I love throwing full tang knives like this with a good handle, so I'm gonna really enjoy throwing this. I'll be straight up with you though, if I end up using this primarily as a throwing knife, I'll be securing this handle with some hockey tape. So after some rounds of batoning and throwing, you're gonna wanna tighten the handle up a little bit. I've got this little Allen wrench that I'm using to tighten this up with. I think that's working. Okay, now this is what I'm gonna do with this, because I've got plenty of bushcraft knives, but I can't have enough throwing knives, so watch this. I'm gonna get me some of this hockey tape right here, because I would like for this to be all black. I wouldn't recommend that if you first started throwing knives, but this is gonna look cool to me. I'm just gonna wrap this handle with this hockey tape so that I can preserve this handle. Look at there, this thing's looking all nice and tactical now. I know the original handle's beautiful, but this is my style here, and this is what I'm going to use this knife for. I wanted to do the regular reviews on this, but I love to throw a blade like this. That looks like a really good combat blade as well. I mean, I guess it could be anything you wanted it to be, but I like that look there. I'm even going to go out, I've even gone out now and put an extra layer of electrical tape on top of this, because it slides out of your hand a little bit easier with the electrical tape. And even if the electrical tape comes off, the hockey tape's under there. But this is now ready to do a lot of throwing, and I've given it some more weight. So what I hold in my hand now is a $20 solid piece of gear that I can get out and have a ton of fun with. Hammer grip no spin is a very good combat instinctive form of throwing that's very powerful. For 20 bucks, this is a win-win. I'm loving the Ozark Trail fixed blade knife, and if you got 20 bucks to spare, you want a knife you can actually get out and use and play with, pick you one up next time you're at Walmart. I think you'll enjoy it. One of the things I strive to do is show you as many practical uses of a knife as possible. And most importantly, I want you to get out and enjoy yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time.